Alright guys, Rich here from the RCNetwork, and this is going to be my after first run review of my TLR22 SCT. Now, I was able to pick this kit up for a pretty good deal out on the market, considering that the possible 2.0 version is about ready to unveil itself, I'm sure, at any moment. But I picked it up, I put in some pretty good electronics, outfitted it very well, got a few upgrades on this thing, and I headed out to the track. Well, I had a little mishap on my first battery run. I was running the Avid Triad slipper clutch, and for whatever reason, I ended up melting the thing down. I mean, you can see here it's all kind of distorted. A lot of the plastic portion is melted. Not sure exactly what happened to that slipper clutch, but I went ahead and, packed up my dignity and went home for the day. I headed back out to the track yesterday, and I was able to get some pretty good runs in on this TLR22 SCT. Now, I went back to the stock slipper clutch, and it actually performed very, very well once I got it adjusted, of course, appropriately. So I was able to put about 5 packs through the car now, and really I've got to say this thing is handling amazing. I would probably venture to say that this is my favorite two-wheel drive vehicle thus far at the RCNetwork. So I'm definitely a four-wheel drive guy, but this thing really performed, and I just couldn't believe all the steering it had, and it had to do with a couple of those modifications I did on the front end. So let's go ahead and unbolt the body. One thing I do want to mention is there was a lot of criticism of these Proline Secure-Loc body mounts, and I've got to say, after putting just a little dab of blue Loctite on them, they're solid. I had never lost one. Nothing came loose. Nothing broke. Very solid body mount system. And actually, when I was at the track yesterday, I probably had 3 different guys stop by my pit section and say, "Hey, what are those things right there? Where'd you get them at? Where can I get them at?" So those will actually be in the video description down below if you haven't seen those before, or if you want to check them out. So let me go ahead and do some screw turning, get the body off, and we'll take a look at this thing a little bit closer. And we're back now, and I went ahead and removed the Secure-Loc caps from the Proline body mount system, and I wanted to show you guys just the body real quick. This is the stock TLR body. This is the high flow body, and you'll see here that I did lots and lots of cutouts there just to get the wind to escape when I'm hitting some of the jumps. And you'll notice here some of these little tabs on the back, I was actually able to kind of bend it up just a little bit, just to give me a little bit more downforce on the rear tires, which is definitely needed in a two-wheel drive vehicle. So you can bend these things all the way up if you please. You can also do that to the top ones up here as well. So I thought that was a cool little thing. I had seen this done from another guy at the track that actually bent them all the way up just to kind of create that stadium truck type wing on the back. So pretty cool. I'm sure it helped to a certain degree, but the body's held up pretty nicely. Nothing has really broke or started to deteriorate on this TLR body. So enough of the body. Let's take a look at the truck now. The electronics in this thing, we'll start with that, have definitely done very, very well. Of course, the R10 Pro from Orion, the speed control, awesome. Running the 7.5 turn Orion motor as well, the Orion 90C Carbon Pro batteries. I mean, that stuff is just flawless items, and they just definitely work very, very well. The 1258 TG servo from Savox, definitely great. Very happy with the performance of that. All in all, I mean, I'm pretty much running the stock setup from the manual. I mean, I've changed literally nothing on it except for the ride height. I went in, I adjusted all my toe in and camber, got all that thing squared away from the initial build of it, and everything has ran pretty well. So as far as the steering, I added the 5-degree steering knuckles on the front, and that definitely helped add a little bit more steering. On the underside here, let's take a look at that. I did put on the chassis protector that I added. I got a couple of gashes right here. Of course, getting used to a two-wheel drive truck and being out on the track, you can definitely get sideways sometimes, and a little gash up here as well. So, but all in all, really happy with the way this thing performed. Nothing broke, at least on my second attempt on the track. The wheels and tires were great, running the Avid Sabertooth wheels. Everything else has been great. I have a bunch of other upgrades to do to this particular truck, but I wanted to kind of get a baseline as far as how this thing will perform kind of out of the box, so that way each time I do an upgrade I can kind of tell, was it worth it or not. So that will be a separate video. I'm going to be doing that here very shortly, so you guys can check those things out. Lots and lots of different upgrades. I got some MIP stuff in, of course, Proline. You may have seen the unboxing a while back of some of those items that will be going on this truck, and a couple other things that you guys will be definitely interested in. So stay tuned. I can't wait to unveil some of those products and give you guys a little preview into it. So all in all, very happy with the way this thing performed. There was another guy at the track as well that had an SCTE and then also this 22, and we were kind of exchanging tips and tricks and everything. One cool thing, or not cool thing, but I need sway bars. That's the one thing that I noticed in some of the turns. I was going very, very sideways and just losing speed, going into a jump. So definitely want to pick up a sway bar set. Probably going to do that today. The sway bar kit was actually out of stock at my local track, so I couldn't, just add it on and see the initial results of adding a sway bar kit. So I'm probably going to pick up both front and rear. I'll probably add the rear, do some runs, and then add the front, see what happens with that. So, but all in all, very happy with this TLR kit. So any questions about this kit, the RCNetwork, or anything in this video, please post it on down below. And as always, thumbs up and subscribe. That's it for now, guys. Over and out.